friends, welcome or welcome back to the Blue Butterfly Tarot. Today we're looking into what's on their mind about you, and I've got two piles for you. This is pile number one, this is pile number two. Pile number one is Tarot of the Cosmic Seed, and pile number two is the Butterfly Wisdom Tarot. Take your time, see which pile or piles you feel intuitively called to. I do want to say this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. And when pile's messages don't resonate, then choose the other. If both pile's messages don't resonate, then it just means that maybe there aren't any messages for you in this video today. But I do hope that at least one of the pile's messages do resonate. There is going to be an extended for this reading, so let's take a look at what you can expect in today's extended. So first off, we're going to be looking into what's triggered all these thoughts right now. We're also going to be getting into some messages from them, how these thoughts might influence their next action, and then some timing cards as well as additional guidance that wants to come through. All right. Details for the extended is going to be there in the description box below. Now, please be careful of scammers. I would never reach out to you asking you to follow or subscribe or book a private reading, so just please be a little bit careful about that. My private readings are open right now. You can check the details in the description box below. I'm going to give you a few seconds now to see which pile or piles you feel intuitively called to, and then I shall begin. Hi pile one, for those of you who chose Tarot of the Cosmic Seed, this is going to be your reading, alright? Before we begin with the reading, let's just take some time to realign our energies, so close your eyes. Think of your person, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Ready. Pile one, what's on their mind about you? What's on your person's mind? Yeah. The Moon, 4 of Coins, 2 of Coins, Nurture of Wands, 8 of Coins, the Star, and the Wanderer. Okay. I also have your Oracle cards. We're going to look into that as well. We have the Buffalo, focus on what matters, 8787 with positivity, Tanzanite. I am intuitive and insightful. Oh, we have Loki coming out. Okay. Your person's energy is coming a bit closed off, pile one. I would not be surprised if your person has been through pretty extreme life experiences, which made them feel that they had to constantly keep holding back their emotions. They have to keep it within themselves and not really let anyone know what they're thinking or what they're feeling. I also feel like it must have been quite a roller coaster ride for you to try to understand where your person is coming from, their thought process, just because everything they say, either it's very cryptic or even their actions just, it's not clear. You know, if their actions were clear, then you would understand without words, but even their actions, it seems very all over the place sometimes, and it feels very hidden from you. I would not be surprised if you've been very frustrated with your person about, you know, how much they've been holding back in this connection. This could be a no contact situation, but I also see that this could be a contact situation as well. Now, one thing that is going on with your person is as they are thinking about this connection, they're starting to feel like maybe it's time to open up. All right. And that by itself, even as you, like, if any of you heard me saying it, like, it's so scary for me to say something like that. And that's the energy that your person is in. They're considering it. This is what is on their mind. But even that, like, I'm taking such deep breaths because it's such a big step for your person. They feel that you have been very patient and kind with them. And they also understand that they need to start opening up about what they're feeling, what they're thinking when it comes to you, when it comes to this connection. There's something real between the two of you, or at least this is what your person's perception is, Pile 1. And they don't want to lose this connection because they've been shut off. And they're also understanding that it's not fair to you for them to be this closed off, because you have not done anything to them to make them close off like this. It's about their past experiences. But with Loki coming out, I think that one realization your person is having right now is, well, I can't let the past define how I want to see the future. And I can't let the past, or my narrative of the past, influence how I want to show up for this connection. So there's a little bit of a shift in your person's energy. I don't think that you have said anything to this person, or there's nothing that you have gone out of your way to tell them this. I think that this is just a natural healing process that's going on with your person. Like, the more they want to work on this connection, the more they want to be with you, the more they're realizing that they can't be this closed off. They need to open up. They need to be vulnerable. They need to show you, different aspects of them. They need to share their thoughts with you, and they can't keep it hidden. I'm also hearing they can't expect you to be a mind reader. So that might also be a thought that's going on with your person. So I don't think anything per se has happened. It's just their own desire to move things forward between the two of you, and they know what that entails. And there's a natural reconciliation with their past that's happening over time. And this is what has been on their mind. With I am intuitive and insightful, like I said, I feel like either the universe is giving downloads to your person, or your person is just that self-aware, and they've been kind of, looking deep at how they've been showing up in this connection, some of the ways that have not been working for them, some of the ways that have been working for them. And more or less, I think that your person does want to come forward. They do want to take some kind of action towards this connection. For different situations, it's going to be different. But for all of you, there's some kind of liberation that your person wants to feel. Either liberating themselves from this closed off energy that they have been intentionally putting forth. That could be one, liberation from that. It could also just be liberation from the past, the past painful experiences, or their own thought processes, their own takeaways of that past experiences. For example, maybe in the past your person went through an experience which taught them that they have to be closed off, otherwise their thoughts and their feelings could be used against them. And now your person's realizing that maybe that wasn't the takeaway necessarily. Maybe they should not have given such a general thought process about what they went through. Maybe it's about the individual person that they made your person feel not safe enough to share their thoughts and their feelings, and the other person was the one to take advantage of it. But that doesn't mean someone else would, and more in particular, that doesn't mean that you are going to as well. So that means the narrative that they've held about that past experience, that needs to shift as well. But like I said, this is a very natural healing process that's going, and I do feel there are like a lot of downloads that your person is getting. And as they're getting these downloads, your person is maturing, they're growing up, they're revisiting these past experiences, these past painful experiences, I was called to correct that, and they are shifting their thoughts about it. And in a way, they're preparing themselves to take some kind of action towards this connection that helps them feel more free. Whether it is free about expressing their thoughts and their feelings, or just freedom from this shackles of their past. That's also another message that's coming through. Overall, I think that your person is feeling good about how they're shifting in their thought process. Like I said, there's a lot of self-awareness that's coming with your person right now, Pawan. So overall, I do feel the more they shift the narrative of the past, the more they heal, the more they're feeling good about themselves and about this situation between the two of you. So for some of you, if you are in no contact, your person could be feeling like, okay, maybe in the past I was closed down and I wasn't really able to express my feelings, but I'm ready to do that right now. So maybe I'm ready for a reconciliation. For others of you, it could be just maybe some kind of a renewal in your connection, just some kind of a fresh breath of air is also what I'm hearing, that your person wants to bring into this connection by being more open, by being more honest with you about what they're feeling, rather than maybe thinking that you could understand them just by yourself. I think that's also another realization that your person's having, that you're not a mind reader. You know, all said and done, there needs to be communication that happens on their end, and they can't expect you to naturally understand them. There needs to be their hand in that process as well. So that is one thing that your person is focusing on at this point in time. But like I said, I think that it's a very, very natural healing process, and I would not be surprised if your person's like spirit guides are helping them through this, or even their higher self could be helping them through this. Maybe, you know, they've been carrying the past for so long, like the pain of the past for so long, that even your person intuitively has realized that it's time to let that go. It's time to stop being controlled by their past. So overall, I would say that your person is stepping into lighter energies as they're working through their past, as they are removing themselves from the narratives that the past had kind of, I'm being called to like see this like talons and then someone just grabbing onto it. So I think that it was holding your person back a lot, whether they knew it consciously or not. But it looks like today they're making a very conscious effort to let go of what was holding them back so that they can feel free. It's first about them feeling free, and then comes this connection. Though I do think that's a healthier approach, because your person had needed to first realize that this was blocking them. And then once they realize that they need to free themselves from it, I think that they are also seeing that impact in your connection as well. Or for some of you, they're hopeful that the impact will be seen in your connection as well. All right. Overall, you are heavy on their mind, but it's more so how they've been showing up in this connection and how they want to show up and healing and getting to that point. Let me get you one message or one advice that wants to come through, pile one. Let's take a look. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Yes, things are shifting in your connection. Your person is, like, I'm being called to notice the hands. It is intentionally being shifted by your person. Yes, the divine could be helping, and the hands could also signify the divine's help in this, but your person is putting in the work to shift the energy between the two of you. And I think that that is very, very healthy energy that your person is stepping into. It's not like they're just giving it to, you know, life to handle it, or they think that it will happen on its own. No, there's a lot of introspective thought process that's going on. So I feel like these two hands might be your person's hand, and that might be divine's hands, just helping your person as they're going through this and as they're intentionally taking steps to liberate themselves from their past. All right, so beautiful energies coming out. Your person is stepping into lighter energies, pile one. So that's always a good thing to like even tap into as a reader for me. So yeah, this is where I will leave you for today. I really hope that this reading brought you the comfort, clarity, and confirmation you're looking for. There is going to be an extended for this reading. Hold on, let me tell you what you can expect in the extended. So first off, we're going to be looking into what's triggered all these thoughts right now. We're also going to be getting some messages from them. We're looking into how these thoughts might influence their next action. We're also going to be getting some timing cards, as well as some additional guidance that wants to come through. All right, so details for the extended is going to be there in the description box below. And my private readings are also open right now. You can check the details in the description box below. But if this is where you'd like to leave me, then I just want to say, pile one, you know, take care, trust your intuition. You always have free will, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye-bye. Hi, pile two. For those of you who choose the Butterfly Wisdom Tarot, this is going to be your reading, all right? Before we get into the reading, let's just take some time to realign our energies. So close your eyes. Think of your person. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Alrighty, pile two. What is on your person's mind about you? Let's take a look. We have the Lovers, we have the Devil, we have the Moon. What is going on? We have Strength, we have Ace of Discs, We have the Knight of Cups. Okay, we have the Three of Wands. All right, okay. Sort of understand what is going on, but I also need your oracle card, so we're going to look into that as well. We have the Hummingbird. Yes, I did get that energy a bit. Okay, we have Torn Garsuk. We have Shatukite. We have a 9898 with potential, and we have Be Generous with compliments. Okay. I think that your person is dealing with something externally. Pile 2, this is kind of like burnout energy that's coming to me, and I think that your person does want to give attention and energy towards this connection, but I think that they are also struggling a lot with it at this point in time. It's kind of like they're waiting for things to turn around in their life, or there's something externally that your person wants to happen in order for them to feel comfortable focusing on this connection. Your person's very, very nervous, by the way. There's a lot of panicked energy coming through, a lot of nervousness, a lot of anxiety. Yes, I'm definitely feeling anxiety coming through as well. Your person's worried that if they spend too much time away from you, will both of you be able to come back to how things were between the two of you? And then I think that your person does kind of convince themselves that no, things are strong between the two of you. You can always get back to how you were, regardless of, you know, how much something else takes away their attention. But at this point in time, your person's not able to give attention to this connection. Hold on, I feel like pulling a card. They're really struggling with it. Pile 2, yes, it seems to be something that your person is meant to go through at this time. I would not be surprised if there's some kind of lesson that your person is supposed to learn with this other aspect of their life. I'm hearing get all their ducks in a row, but it's taking time for your person to get their ducks in a row with this other aspect. And until and unless they get that sorted out, they will not be allowed to focus on this connection. This is divine coming through. It's not your person, even though when I first started tapping into your person's energy, it felt like there was something more to it, which is probably why I wanted to get an extra card. And with the Temperance coming out, it just fits perfectly. Even though your person feels that they are not able to come towards you because they're burned out, because they're tired, because there's just something else that's taking their attention, there's actually divine stepping in to protect you from this connection, or your person is being protected at this point in time. Maybe the energy that they're in might negatively influence the connection, might negatively influence you. There's some kind of necessity that your person has to be by themselves at this point. That is important. So if you've been upset with your person, you know, wondering why they can't give you attention or why they can't be around you, just know that divine has stepped in. This is not your person. This is not your person's energy per se. Like, even if it is coming through them, like, I can't give my attention to my person, it's actually intended that way by divine. I also would not be surprised if there has been near misses, like your person has been thinking about reaching out to you and then suddenly things just go chaotic all over again, and then they're not able to, they postpone it to the next week, and then again something happens, like they start to feel better, and then again something happens and they're not able to. It's kind of like the divine has been stepping in to prevent your person from investing in this connection at this point in time. And oftentimes this does happen when either your person is meant to focus on the other aspect of their life. There's something about that needs to work out in order to help your person long term and indirectly help your connection. It could also be that if your person shows up in the energy that they are, it might lead to a breakdown of your connection. All right, so this could be your connection being divinely protected. Another message that's coming through is it's possible that until and unless that gets sorted out, like your connection's energy could be dependent on that. I'm being called to see a Gantt chart all of a sudden. I mean, I have not touched project management in like since 2018, and all of a sudden the Gantt chart is coming in, like until a particular task is finished, you cannot start on the other. Yeah, that's the energy that's coming through. So it could be one of these three reasons. Overall, there is divine stepping in. This is not actually your person's, I wouldn't say free will, because your person does have free will with even the Lovers coming out. Your person feels it's a choice that they're making, but they actually don't know. With the Lovers coming out with the Moon, they don't know that this is actually not their choice. It's actually the divine stepping in. There's definitely something, some kind of growth that's happening with your person at this point in time. Maybe it is meant to help them grow so that they can create more stability in your connection, or they can, I guess, create more love between the two of you as well. Those are two phrases that are coming through. I don't know where they were coming from, but there's something about stability or love that is coming through. Overall, I feel like this is more of divine's message for you, pal, too, that if you're upset with your person, you shouldn't be, because honestly, they have no say in this. As much as they think they do, they actually don't. It's kind of like every time your person wants to come towards you, something's dragging them back. Something or the other is just happening in their life that's preventing them from moving forward. And there's something about this phase that is important for your person to focus their attention on whatever it is that they're meant to focus on. They're not meant to focus on this connection at this point in time. It could be to benefit your connection long term. But yes, this is more of divine's message for you, that it's not your person's fault. Now, don't blame them, because there has been intention on your person's end to reach out to you, to come forward, to talk to you. But something or the other keeps happening in their life, and to a point of, honestly, mental, emotional, physical exhaustion that's going on. But with Temperance coming out, once this is sorted out, your person will be able to focus on this energy. It looks like you both will pick up from where you left off. So don't worry about time being lost, or that you're not able to or you're going to lose this connection that both of you have. It's impossible. That's the energy that's coming through. Both of you will pick off right from where you left off, even if there has been a gap of a good amount of time, however long it takes for your person to sort this out. There is reassurance coming from divine. Like I said, I feel like this message is more for you from divine rather than your person, because honestly, they actually have no idea what is going on. They're a bit lost, they're a bit confused, which is also why I felt like taking another card out. And given their mental and emotional state at this point in time, yeah, they're also not completely aware. Like, I think that there is, okay, wait, I feel like looking deeper into the hummingbird. So I feel like there is a realization that this is not normal, like how much ever they want to come towards you, something's just constantly pulling them back, and the timing seems to be very, very weird. So I think that your person might not think that it is divine per se, but they might think that something's really abnormal about what's going on. Like every time they think about coming towards you, something just happens and then shifts their entire energy and pulls them away from you. And the amount of like synchronicities, or the amount of times this has happened, your person's beginning to feel like this cannot be a coincidence, and something's really weird about this, that I'm not able to give my person the energy and the time that I actually want to give. So I feel like that realization is there with your person, but this is more of divine's message for you. Let me get you one advice or one message, because I do feel like you, 10 of Cups. Yes, don't worry, Paltu, all right? You are going to pick up from where you left off with this person, regardless of how much time has passed. Both of you, you have to trust the connection that you have with your person. You have to trust the depth of the soul bond that you have with this person, with the Lovers coming out. You also have to trust divine's plan. Maybe there is a higher purpose to your person's attention being kind of literally dragged away. That's the energy that's coming through. Dragged away from you, from this connection at this point in time. There is a higher purpose. You might not have the answers today. And even now, like I gave you multiple situations, but the answer isn't very clear to me at this point in time. So you might not be clear about why this is happening, but trust that no time is lost, all right? And this connection by itself is too strong, all right? It is coming back. And it is going to come back exactly the way that it was. Both of you will be able to literally just pick up from where you left off, and frankly, it will feel like no time has passed. But right now, your person is meant to focus on something else right now. They're meant to shift their time and energy to that. Trust that the answers will come to you when it is the right time, all right? That is a very big message that's coming through. I know that it is a bit frustrating to, kind of get the message that it will happen when it is the right time, but right now I know it's a little bit up in the air, but it's meant to be up in the air. All right, there is some kind of divine protection over here. There's some kind of divine leading your person down this path. Even your person's a little bit weird and frustrated about it. So I can completely understand the frustration, and both of you just, kind of feeling like there are near misses to both of you spending time together or being with each other. But there's a higher purpose to that. All right, pal 2? Okay. So this is where I will leave you for today. I really hope that this reading brought you the comfort, clarity, and confirmation you're looking for. There is going to be an extended for this reading, so let's take some time to see what are the questions that we are going to be looking into. All right, so the first question that we're going to be looking into is, what's triggered all these thoughts right now? Then we're also going to be getting some messages from them. We're also going to be getting into how these thoughts might influence their next action. We're looking into some timing and some guidance cards as well. All right. So if you're interested in the extended, you can check the details out in the description box below. And my private readings are also open right now. You can check the details in the description box below. This is where you'd like to leave me. Then I just want to say thank you so much for all your love and positive energy. Pal 2, take care. Trust your intuition. You always have free will. Catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.